While it may have just seemed like any other win on Friday night against the Milwaukee Bucks, I'm here to tell you the Knicks win 116-107 against the Bucks was the biggest win of the season. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and with the biggest win of the season comes awesome news. This win, puts the Knicks another game ahead of the Indiana Pacers in the NBA standings. The Knicks are now 46-27. They are a full 3 games up on the Indiana Pacers with 9 games to go. Why is the 3 seed so big? Because the 3 seed gets to play the 6 seed. And the 6 seed is that Milwaukee Bucks team that you just beat by 9 points. And if the Knicks are able to play the Milwaukee Bucks in round 1, that is going to be massive because the Milwaukee Bucks without Damian Lillard are not an NBA playoff team. And it would be huge for the Knicks and Jalen Brunson if he got to come back in a first-round series against a Damian Lillard-less Milwaukee Bucks team and get to ease his way back into the rotation. Not have to play 42 minutes per game. Maybe even getting to miss game 1 or game 2. I think the New York Knicks can beat the Milwaukee Bucks in a playoff series without Jalen Brunson. And I know it's not good to talk about how injuries to other teams affect you. But you know what? I don't really care because the Knicks lost last year to the Pacers because they were injured. It's their time to have a bone thrown their way. The Knicks beating the Bucks today gets them that much closer to locking themselves into the 3 seed. The Bucks are not going anywhere. They're going to be the number 6 seed. And if the Knicks can play the Bucks in round 1 with home court advantage, they don't necessarily need Jalen Brunson. Now, I'm not saying sit him the whole series. What I'm saying is you don't have to rush him back and you don't have to overexpend him in a playoff series versus the Bucks. You can beat them without Brunson. So you get a series after a week off at the end of the regular season to get healthy and progress more naturally at a pace that is much more reasonable. It was huge to win today. 1, you showed you could beat them. That's probably who you're playing in round 1. And 2, you get closer to locking yourself into that matchup, which means Brunson can kind of take his foot off the gas and not have to rush back. And if you want the Knicks to be ready for the playoffs, if you're ready for the playoffs and you want them to be healthy, I know I'm ready. Hit that thumbs up icon right now. It wasn't always easy, and it wasn't always beautiful for the New York Knicks. They were up as much by 17 or 18, and their lead got cut to 2 points, but they found a way to win. And I've been trying to tell myself, Marshall, lower your expectations without Jalen Brunson. Any win without Brunson is huge. It's like winning a game without your starting quarterback, and they did that today. They moved the ball well, 28 assists. They out-rebounded a bigger Milwaukee Bucks team by 12. They shot the ball relatively well from downtown, 36%. Got to shore up the defense a little bit. I thought they were lackluster on the perimeter, and that shows. The Bucks were 13 of 33 from downtown, shooting almost 40% from 3. I thought there was too many open looks for A.J. Green, too many open looks for a lot of players on this Bucks team. But at the end of the day, you found a way to win. And when you do that without Brunson, it's always something to be happy about. And I've been thrilled with the way that OG Anunoby has been playing basketball as of late. 31 points for him. Thought he did a good job on defense. He was pissed off at the end of the game. I love a pissed off OG. I love an untucked jersey OG. I love a bloody nose OG. When he plays with energy, when he plays with emotion, he is a much better basketball player. And we are seeing OG Anunoby take his offensive game to another level. He's getting back to being comfortable with a step back mid-range. And we're seeing him take moves from the bag of Jalen Brunson when it comes to getting to the lane, keeping the ball low, drawing fouls, Euro-stepping here, Euro-stepping here. The confidence, the creativity, and the brute force of OG Anunoby is starting to show on the offensive end. And if the Knicks want to be the team that we want them to be, you need this guy to be big time in the playoffs. And I believe he's going to be. He is peaking at the right time. It was all Mikal Bridges in the first half. Bridges, I think, had like 20 plus or 19. It was 19 at the half. wasn't involved that much on the offense in the second half, wasn't nearly as efficient. He was like 9 of 14 at one point, I think, at half, and 1 of 5 from 3, I think it was. Didn't shoot the ball that well in the second half, but in the first half, he carried the offense. Karl-Anthony Towns got into foul trouble early. The Knicks needed another source of offense to go to, and it was mid-range McHale after mid-range McHale after mid-range McHale. I thought he played a really good game. Cat, we love you. We appreciate you. I don't want to get negative after a win. It hasn't been a lot of fun with this team as of late, but please stop fouling. Please. You're really hurting this team. And please stop complaining. When Mike Breen has to call out a New York Knick for complaining to the referees, it's a major problem. And you complaining after every foul, after you're in foul trouble every game, the refs aren't all against you, bro. The refs aren't all haters of Karl-Anthony Towns. You foul a lot. If you put the same energy into learning how to defend without fouling as you want to complain to these refs, you wouldn't foul as much. If you get into foul trouble in the playoffs, you're screwing your team. And when you complain, it makes the rest of the team look weak and they follow suit. Be a leader. Be a captain. Be a competitor. Be an alpha. We need it. Josh Hart was terrible in the first half. Josh Hart was awesome in the second half. I don't know what it is with this guy. I love him. One of my favorite players to ever wear a Knicks jersey. 13, 14, and 8. A Josh Hart stat line that we needed. Push it. Push the ball. Get downhill. Right now, you're not an offensive player. And you're a horrible half-court offensive player. But when you're getting out and run, when you drive, when you kick, when you penetrate, you look to create, you cut back door, you're a much better player than when you're just a dribble handoff merchant playing like a center at 6'4". Josh Hart, please work on your jumper. Please work on getting your confidence back. When Josh Hart makes threes, the Knicks are one of the best teams in the NBA. When Josh Hart doesn't make teams, they're one of the most average teams in the NBA. Please, you did it in the playoffs against Philly. You shot 40% and they dared you to shoot. You hit big-time shot after big-time shot after big-time shot. We need you to be that guy. We need you to get your confidence back. Great step in the right direction today. Brick by brick, keep on building. All grit, all grind, all the time. Gotta have heart. And we gotta have you if we want to be what we want to be. DeLon Wright, salute to you, man. Give me some DWs in the chat. DeLon Wright, I was upset he was starting over Tyler Kolek. I'm sure a lot of people was upset he was starting over Tyler Kolek. But when his number was called, when he was asked to produce, he showed up. And he showed out. And he got it started with energy and effort. 2 offensive rebounds, resulting in 2 offensive putbacks to get his vibes going. That got his confidence going. He then hit 2 threes. He then had another layup. 12 points for DeLon Wright. That is 12 more than I could have asked for. Shout out to you, DeLon Wright. Played good defense in transition. Had a couple of steals. Thought he battled. And he may need to be a part of this rotation. I think he could still be an above average to a good NBA defender, and if you're going to hit shots, you're playable in this league. Shout out to you. Thanks for being a pro. Mitchell Robinson had a great first half. I don't even think he played in the second half. I mean, he had 10 points and he had 2 points and 10 rebounds at the half. Ended up playing 18 minutes. I think he had 11 in the first half. Well, Cat had 11. You played 24, so he played 13. Played 5 minutes in that second half. 4 offensive rebounds, 10 total. I thought he looked really good in that first half. We need Mitchell Robinson to be an impact player. Keep battling. Keep working. I thought he was in his defensive stance a couple of times, and he looked like the old Mitch defending Giannis Antetokounmpo. Keep doing it. Tyler Kolek, 5 more assists. He just gets the ball to his players in spots they can be effective. A true point guard. Pass first point guard. Floor general. Distributor. Quarterback. Get the ball out on time, on target, and let your guys do the rest. Tyler Kolek, I think, could be a player in this league. Landry Shamet, salute to you, man. That was one of the better games you've played this year. Hit a couple of threes, 3 of them. Had a couple of pull-up mid-range J's. Had some buckets in the second half. Landry Shamet, if you can hit shots, you can play. You haven't done it this year. We need it. Like, How fucking cool is it going to be if Landry Shamet hits some shots in the playoffs? We need it. Keep doing it, Landry. Precious, I'm over it. I'm over it. I am just over the Precious Achua experiment. I get it. You've got to play. You're low on numbers, but I don't know. I don't know. You got to win. You got to win. You found a way to win. I'm happy. I'm excited. I called it the biggest game of the season going into it, and I believe it was, and I believe it is. You got that much closer to punching your tickets as a third seed, which means you get to play the Bucks. And the Bucks, they're bleeding out right now. And I hate to talk about them in that way because they're injured, and it's not their fault. But it's professional sports, and it's life, and the facts are the facts. The Bucks are on the ground, bleeding out. It'd be nice to have an easy first-round matchup where the Knicks can get together, play, not overplay, rest, and get Jalen Brunson's ankle back to 100%. Today was a huge day. 9 games left. It's crazy to say it. 9 games. The Knicks have 13 guaranteed games left. They've already clinched their playoff spot. We are only guaranteed 13 more games of the 2024-2025 Knicks. You got Portland Sunday. Should be a win. You should beat Philly. Can you go and beat Cleveland? They're sliding right now. You should beat Atlanta. You should beat Phoenix. Can you shock Boston and let them know you're going to be there in the playoffs? You should beat Detroit. They're making a good push right now. Can you split versus Cleveland? And on April 13th, when you close the season, can you beat your little brothers in the Brooklyn Nets? 9 games to go. Can you go 6-3? Let's hope so. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallReen_. I truly believe this is one of the best wins of the season. And I believe it's one of the most impactful wins of the season. And the Knicks, they get great news. Make sure you're following me. Hit that sub button on your way out. Click the like button. And let's go Knicks.